This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network. Access granted.
Right then, so how did we introduce this one last time?
I can't remember that. Well, I think we just...
So it's that time of the month again.
It is that time of month where, as a good friend of mine called us, the Moan Zone, which is very unfair, actually. So this is Mauricio, of course, Mauricio Freitas from geekzone.co.nz, a fantastic site. Look, if you're a techie or a geek, you're not on that. And you're not getting
You're missing out on a lot of
You are missing out on.
It's a great place to find out.
It is the place where you can go and ask a question, and somebody somewhere will have answered it.
Everything from is reasonably qualified to answer it too. By the way, it was quite good.
So everything from consumer type stuff all the way through to your hardcore .NET inside your workplace type questions. That's where everybody in New Zealand hangs out, so you should definitely get onto it. But Mauricio, who is the founder of GeekZone and set it up and has been running it for a while, he now also works for Intergen.
That's right. He's a digital marketing something
that's right.
Whiz kid there.
And I know him, and we all know him also as the man with some forthright views.
He likes to vent a little.
He likes to vent. He likes to tell you how it is, which is fantastic, to be fair. And so this week
we got onto a little bit more, like last time we talked about spammers. This time we talked a little bit more detail on certain types of spammers, plus just general idiots on the internet, isn't it?
And there was a little bit aimed at the tech community of he couldn't believe, and I can't believe, the techies falling for these spammers, and you should be out there helping people. So anyway, let's crack into it with Mauricio and his system error for first one for 2015. Push play.
All right, we're here. Rock and roll. You guys carry on.
We're in Studio One. Golding's free dive, of course. By now, you would have heard Sean, the wonderful owner of Golding's, talking about his tech and how as a startup he got there. That was a lovely, lovely story. I remember one of his phrases was it Ven that makes him feel like a superhero?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was very cool. So
makes life easy for him. So
what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a great.
Makes him feel smarter than he actually is.
So, talking of superheroes, we've got Super Mauricio here, of course, and he's going to talk about the lovely, glorious, calm things in life.
So what's bugging you at the moment,
Before we carry...
Was that too broad a subject?
No, we have to say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
When do we stop saying Happy New Year? That was the discussion before the recording started.
Yeah.
When we stop. I think that we should stop by June, because July we start saying Merry Christmas.
And the ads will come out then anyway, right? From
Kmart, well, that's true.
You start seeing... You
get the leaflets in the mail.
You start seeing these things in the windows, in the shop windows, red, white, and snow. And it's we don't have snow in winter here. We don't have a white Christmas. No. But anyway.
Well, do you know, bizarrely enough, I'm from Britain originally, and they would do the same stuff there because there's no fucking snow in Christmas. Even in Sweden, where my brother lives, he was saying it rarely snows at Christmas. It's January onwards. So even in the cold places, they're putting up, they're spraying fake snow on the windows. It's just mad. Anyway.
Well, there's a whole story behind the Christmas and all the bullshit that went behind it, and it's not really what it used to be and blah, blah, you know. There's a whole story on that.
That's not what we're here to have a discussion about, are we? Some Riso. What's on your chest, buddy?
What really, really annoys me is security, safety, and privacy.
Oh, I thought he was going to say waiting for us to come into the bar and hurry up and do a podcast.
Security,
safety, and privacy.
They bug you.
They bug you.
Okay, go on then.
It,
that can't be right.
Because it's not a new thing. It's not like you haven't told your parents to please do not open the emails, the attachments that come on those emails that come from someone that you never heard of before.
Yep.
Please do not click on the link that says, we are from your bank, we want you to verify your email address or your password. Click here and enter your credentials, otherwise your account will be locked out. How many times we told them, do not click on these links that come from emails saying, we are from your ISP, we note some irregular actions in your account, please click here to log into your webmail and otherwise your access will be terminated. Well, we tell them and things happen. But that's not the thing. You can understand for these technologically impaired people who are not...
Impaired.
Yeah.
Challenge. I see what you're saying.
Technological
It's
challenge
not
people.
part of their life.
No, they don't. You can understand that. But then you turn around and you see banks, and you see insurance companies, and you see government entities that send emails to someone with attached Excel files containing lists of people that have been to clinics.
Yeah.
Or you hear about Target stores where they had malware in the point of sale systems, the POS,
Yep.
point of sales.
Yes.
And this malware has been collecting credit card numbers for the last 9 months until they realized that something was amiss. Or
Really?
Oh, is that what happened at Target in America?
Really?
Ah, yeah.
I'll come to Thai. I'll tell you what happened. Or
Wait, there's more.
or these companies that have have all these massive dumps of emails and passwords, and they sell these on the black market. It's just incredible how these things happen. And companies that should know better still fall in the same trap.
Yep.
It's still going.
So that is the thing that bugs me these days.
So they're acting like my aunt does. And she goes, oh, I know I shouldn't have, but I clicked because it looked real.
Well, some click just because they're from the generation that generation could trust anything that came through the mail, right? So through the mail, oh yeah, so-and-so's having a deal. Well, you could trust that back in the day, right?
But there's also, there was no...
Someone sent you a fax, you could trust it. But
But
no,
also, it doesn't matter.
Not
It's just
anymore.
a bit of paper.
Yeah.
And even
But back then, people had honest intentions. No one was, gaming the systems and
Bullshit.
stuff. To the extent that happens now.
No! There were
You
bad
still have
people
the
back
showers
then.
and knock on the door.
There were bad
You know,
people back then.
I know.
There
But it
was
was less
no...
prominent, right?
No, there was no comeback for getting a fax.
Yeah.
You had to go off and pick up the phone and people were out.
There's no excuse. I know of technology
Just more trusting in that
companies.
generation anyway.
No, but I know of technology companies where everyone working there is a tech person, except perhaps people in HR and finance,
Yeah.
that have been inflicted with ransomware. Those encryption things.
If you don't give us money, your phone
Yeah.
or your thing
So
will
I know a case.
stop working.
I know the case of someone that works for this company and basically said, "Oh, I opened up a PDF by mistake, and now everything on my computer is being encrypted, and it's trying to encrypt my shares, my network shares, which is
Right.
It's away.
Wow.
And then obviously they managed to contain the thing, but you have to think, seriously, folks?
It's thinking. That's the problem. It's a common sense, right? They're not thinking.
Anyway,
They just assume, oh, no, I'll be right. I'll give it a go. I'll be right. It's on the
yes,
internet.
exactly.
I got fooled last year
Yeah?
Do you?
to clicking onto something, and I actually, as I clicked, I went, and it was a spam from someone else, but it was really well written, slightly unusual, but not enough for me to go, that's weird. So it wasn't from you,
And the
Ralph.
spam filter didn't get it either.
No, because it was from you, so they've been hacked or something like that. So
Someone is spoofed to your email address.
Ah,
that
yes.
happens.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it
Like the extra email addresses that keep coming.
was around that time actually, but it was a beautifully written, quite, I was hooked.
That wasn't him when you noticed it was beautifully written.
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
that's true. Yeah.
I do pictures. I don't
Well,
do
I thought it was
writing.
a bit weird. It was a bit weird. But I
can't string
clicked and
words
and as it went to the site, I went, bullshit. But I'd clicked
Yeah.
and I shut down. And
Have you seen that program Bullshit with Penn and Teller?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, I
I've
love
seen a
that.
few episodes.
They should have I don't know if they have a spam and security thing episode.
I don't know.
I'll probably have a look.
Yeah.
I'll have a look because
they were
those
good
guys
at
are pretty good.
debunking a lot of things. They're really good at it.
But anyway, so the Target, how they managed to get so many credit card numbers. Basically, they had a very tight system, firewalls and no access from external. But then apparently the guys that do air conditioning maintenance came in one day, plugged into the network, and there was some malware on their laptops, and malware spread to their networks and found their way to the point of service, point of sales. and from there, that piece of software start collecting
Details.
credit cards.
I thought it was just some guy who got found the text file and took it with.
But you have to see that most of the malware inside companies is will be targeted someone or will come through the action of someone inside the company.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Physically in there.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the thing. And I was reading about spam in general, not only security stuff, but I was reading a book by Krebs, Krebs from the blog Brags on Security.
I know the blog, but I don't know.
Yeah, he used to write for the Washington Post about security on the internet, but then Washington Post, they had a follow-up when he started writing about some scammer in Russia, and then said, well, you have to have more evidence than that, we're not going to publish this, and then they start pushing back, and then the guy said, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yeah. It's the internet, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, so he started doing his own stuff, and so I read his book, which is Spam Nation, and his book focus is on Russian spammers, botnet owners, and how this is all linked to those pharmaceutical affiliate links that they push, and how they have the credit card processing, and how they actually do a very good job of getting the orders and shipping the orders, because they want to make sure, like a criminal, like a kidnapper, they want to make sure that if you pay, you get goods. Like if you pay the ransom, you get the person, because the kidnappers know that if they kill the kidnapped person, then next person won't pay.
That's right,
the bad guys have to keep a good level
So they have to be
of service.
They're running a tight ship.
They are. So what they do is
They have
when
a
someone
service agreement.
when someone buys something from spam, like from these pharmacies online, they get the goods because the guy knows that if you complain about this and the credit card gets charged back, then the credit card processors will stop processing the cards and they stop the money. So they get stuck in the worst place with the money.
So you're saying spammers now are getting more into customer service.
They are. And that's one of the chapters in the book. They have the guys saying, look, these guys, they have all these customer service representatives. People have online chats 24/7. If anyone complains about an order that didn't receive, or they received the wrong goods, or want to return, they do immediate service. They return everything. It's incredible. It's better than some of the customer service we see in some
So you wonder,
telcos.
right? Next you're going to be on social media. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let me help you out.
Just a minute.
Well, the only illegal thing that they've done, and it is illegal in this country, is that they've spammed you to get the order.
Yeah.
From that moment onwards, that's just another
another
shop,
vendor,
and
isn't it?
you're buying your stuff, and away you go.
So yes, these are spam guys. These guys have, customer service.
Basically.
As I said, in some cases better
Is
than
there any way we can hook them up so that they could do a workshop for
telcos.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be interesting if they have better customer service than regular companies.
I'm now going to say, hey guys, you're just not as good as the spammers.
I know, yeah, true. But anyway,
turn around in a day.
then you see websites like, have I got owned? I can't remember the name.
What's that one, sorry? Have
I been owned? You have to find the website address later.
Okay.
That's by Troy, the guy in Australia. So basically what he does is he gets all these files that he finds with emails and passwords, and he loads it to a database, and you can enter your email address and it will tell you if this email address has been leaked anywhere from any one of the big leaks.
Yeah.
And then you have an idea.
So have I been hacked or something
Oh,
like that?
have I been pawned?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Have I been pwned.com? Yes.
Nice.
Anyway, so it's a good way, and now they have a notification feature. You enter your email address, and if at any time in future leaks the email appears, then you'll get an email. Now,
I always feel with that though, because someone sent me, I was thinking, I'm just about to put my email address into this thing, I've no idea. Aren't they just
No, the guy's
collecting?
good, the guy's
He
good.
is good, so it's a good thing to do?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's handy, eh?
Because I went, I'm not going
You just gave the guy your email
Dodgy
address.
way, yeah, exactly. Just send me my email address, for fuck's sake.
Give us your email address and your Gmail password. Yeah.
And we'll check to see if your credit card has been. No.
Put your credit card number in so I can see if it matches.
Right, I'm doing it. I'm doing it with my dodgy email address.
Yes.
Doing it in real
Now
time.
the thing is, most basic thing that people should really do about the security online is first, do not use computers you don't trust.
That's a good point. Yep.
But sometimes you have to when you're away. So the next good thing is make sure that if you have multiple accounts, you use different passwords in different accounts. Because if you use the same email address in different accounts and have the same password everywhere, one account that leaks, they can just keep trying this.
That's right. And there's no good using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or QWERTY. That's just not cool. Everyone knows it by now.
Wow,
But who
password.
can be
God, let me
bother to
1, 2, 3,
remember
4.
all those different friggin' passwords?
LastPass.
So use an app, right? Would you use an app? Do you trust those things? LastPass, 1Password,
LastPass and pass.
So you're gonna
No, you don't trust it? Or you
No.
just haven't tried? I haven't just
I
bothered
haven't
to
used
try.
them.
Yeah.
Most people don't use them. Geeks and nerds use them.
Yeah.
Real people in the
But they're
real
trying
world
to
don't
get
use
the
them.
word out and say, hey, everyone should be. And they're trying to make it easier, right?
Yeah.
These companies are putting apps on every platform now, so hopefully you use
Next thing is two-factor authentication,
it. Yeah.
which is
Yes, you should be using
It's
that.
really handy.
it basically is you have your password that you know, and someone might know because they intercept your communications, but then you have something with you like a code generator or a smartphone with a code generator software, and then when you try to log into a website, it says, what's the code now? And then you enter those numbers, and those numbers change every 30 seconds.
Or you get a text.
Or
Yeah,
you get a
the
text
text one.
message,
I use the text one.
or even a card with agreed in the card.
A what? An agreed?
Oh, there's codes on a card. I think some of the banks do it. You got a
Oh,
card.
if you
put in these letters
yes,
at the, you know.
Yes.
Then others just text message.
Yes. So that's
So
one
what is it? So whatever, it's something you know and something you have on you is sort of the key,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. So, basic stuff that people have to know. That's personal. That's not in companies, but personal.
Do you not think
Sort of stuff,
that IT people are doing this?
They don't.
people.
Not even IT, not even tech people do it.
Because the
They
people who are
fail.
listening to
They fail.
us
They will fail.
are techies. You reckon techies don't do that?
Yes.
Sometimes they don't. No, you're right, because the
They're
users just can't handle it. So I noticed one organisation I used to work for, they did have the password sitting on a fucking post-it note next to the bloody computer because the IT person couldn't be bothered every 5 minutes going, oh, what's your password? Let me reset it for you again. And the user would just want it there because they're like, I always forget.
Okay, I'll get the users and real people might not because,
Yeah.
the techies must do. I mean, you work in technical companies, I work in technical. And I'm trying to think now to all the techies that I know, and I think most
Most of them
would
two-factor
have
by
it,
now, aren't they?
but not all.
No, I'll
you're
say
a-
a lot of.
If you're a techie person listening to this and you haven't got two-factor on, is there a way we can find them and name and shame them? We need to do that. Every IT company should be default. It's just you can't work here unless you do this.
Well, even the likes of Google and Microsoft didn't do it for a long time. Then they finally
But they
did
do
it.
now. They
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Microsoft enforces and
Yeah.
Google enforces. But
Well,
can you-
they all took their time to get there, though. So
Oh,
then
yeah, well,
the users will take their
would,
time
yeah.
as well, right?
It's not the users. The users I get, they'll get there. But if you work in IT,
If you're an admin or something like that.
if you work in IT and you don't understand, well, if you're hearing this and going, oh, two-factor authentication, that sounds like a good idea, I'll go and look it up. And then if you haven't done it, you should be shot.
Well, if you have heard about it, and if this is the first time hearing about it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You should go and do it.
Yes.
Twitter sends a text message to you with a code, and if you want to log into a mobile app or third-party app, you can create a special one-use-only password. So you never have to give your Twitter password.
Yeah.
Facebook, you can use Authenticator, which will automatically show a code on your smartphone,
Yep.
on your Facebook, or you can get an SMS.
Yep.
Yeah.
Google, Microsoft, Dropbox,
Yahoo.
or Yahoo, all these have two-factor authentication. So if you have these accounts, you enable it. Then don't come later complaining that someone stole your password.
Is that
Prevention, right? Prevention.
technology, because those are all cloud-based things that you mentioned. Those are all cloud-based things, Yahoo's and Google's and Microsoft. Well, that's all cloud-based, but what about those companies that still run their own boxes?
They can implement that.
Yeah.
They are third parties. First, the Google Authenticator code is open source, so it's easy to implement for companies. You can plug this code into your login page, into your VPN, and automatically have this. Or you can get third-party code to do that. Well, obviously, it's going to cost money.
Yeah.
You can go the easy way, the cheaper way, using the open source code, or you can go and get a company. But most of the infrastructure steps we have today allow you to plug in these things.
So even if you're running your own boxes and all that, you can still get all this stuff, and you should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't complain about links.
That's right, yeah.
Closed otherwise, right?
And then, someone hacked in. It's like, oh.
Exactly.
I've no idea how to guess my password.
Yeah, we were talking about the two-factor authentication, but
Yes.
back on the email thing, like when we talked before, saying, hey, don't open links from people that you don't know.
Right.
What happened a few times here in New Zealand is that people did get emails from people they know, and that's why people open emails.
Well,
and
like I was saying, yeah,
like-
I did that.
you get an email from Reg.
Yeah.
Reg is obviously a very well-known spammer.
Yeah, yes.
Now,
I do what I can.
What happens is that the email protocol is very trustworthy.
Yes.
When it was created 35 years ago, the world was different.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for people to forge an email address on the front line because computers, the servers will accept anything. So you can just go and plug into a service, download a list of emails, hack into a service or install some piece of malware on your computer and download all the emails from your contacts into a central server somewhere. Because the spammers use the cloud as well.
No, I can't believe
They're
it.
innovators, aren't they?
I can't believe it.
And then what do is they just have to send those emails
From.
to the people in your contact list.
Yeah.
Because then there's a
things
very high possibility that these people will trust the email because it's coming from someone they know.
Yeah.
So that's what happened a couple of times here in New Zealand when people start receiving emails from extra email addresses that basically extra have been hacked. Yes and no. They ages ago they used their service to send emails, but what really most likely happened was people managed to collect lots of these contact addresses from the people phone.
But then if they take them to another server, then if you don't have the SPF record set up, you should have won't that stop it? The SPF record?
Not necessarily. Because the SPF,
I tried that
you
once.
have to, the server receiving the message have to implement the SPF checking. Not everyone does it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And Extra doesn't have them anyway. No, they
My
don't.
account's happened though, on Google one of my Google Apps accounts did that, and I had to
You know
check
what? There are lots of email security strategies that people have created, but they all have their weaknesses. So, for example, one of the things that I use on Gixon is the DKIM.
Yes.
So basically, what happens is that you create an encryption key and you put this on your DNS.
Yeah.
So in theory, only the owner can access the DNS. And every email that you send out from your server, you have a piece of software that encrypts, create an envelope with using your private encryption key and the email information and put in there.
Yep.
And then the email server receiving this message will look up on the DNS. So you have a key and use that key to see if it matches.
Yep.
Problem is, again, like this, not every receiving server does the checking.
Yeah.
Then there's the blacklists,
Yeah.
where well-known IP addresses that send spam are inserted into a database,
Yeah.
and then some email service receiving messages can look up in the database to see, is this person sending?
Yeah.
So perhaps using all this together, blacklists and SPF and DKIM, could create, level of security that we need to say, okay, this email is coming from a non-sender for a legitimate sender, but
Now,
we don't have this as a requirement of
It's not the
protocol.
world we live in
All
at
of
the
that
moment.
stuff is too hard for the average schmo user, though, isn't it?
And users don't know. I mean, the providers, the
don't
email
think
providers
about
should
Well, it's
give
not,
this.
yeah, it's not the provider. It's
The
not users.
ISPs,
It's-
etc. should be-
It's those that are running the servers that should be doing it.
Yeah,
From the Googles and the
Yes.
Microsofts, but down to the companies themselves.
But then
And
companies run their own email addresses. Companies, or even users. Like today, I was reading a post on Geekzone, and someone said, "Oh, I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to run Silverlight 5 because I need Silverlight 5 for Lightbox for the online streaming movie, Lightbox and others.
Yeah.
But I can't have Silverlight 5 on my computer because I'm still running Windows Vista." So what?
Wow.
And then the guy said, and then someone said, "No, I'm pretty sure that Windows Vista runs Silverlight 5." And then someone else replied, "Are you running Windows Vista ServSpec 2?" And then the guy replied, "Oh, I'm going to install ServSpec 2." I mean, if you run a computer with the original Windows Vista with no patches,
Yeah.
how secure you think that computer is? I mean, even Windows 7 or Windows 8 without patches are unsecure. Windows Vista without patches is just like another level of insecure.
It's leaving the door open, isn't it? Leave the door open.
So
Why don't you
the
think-
whole thing is users, infrastructure,
Yeah.
people that make money off that,
Yeah.
and so
Everyone has their part to
It
play.
should be easy solvable if everyone did what they quote unquote should do, but people don't.
they don't. Look at that,
What does that do?
10,000 steps.
10,000 steps.
That's my Fitbit.
Is that
I
today? Today?
I think on that note we should stop. The call to action is if you work in IT,
Educate yourself and educate your friends.
yes, and actually do it though. If someone says, "Oh, I don't know what you mean," take it out of their hands and go, "Look, I'll do it for you. I'll set up two-factor authentication,
Two-factor. The first thing
and
to
I'll
do.
walk you through it, or if it's a business, I'll do all that stuff for you." Put yourself out there because it may seem like you'll never gain the benefit, but if everyone does that little drop, we will all gain the benefit. So just do it. You
That's
techies
right.
who are listening, you know, do it.
It takes one hack to go, "Oh shit, I should have just done that." You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have just done it.
And it's all going back to the basics. Like another discussion on Geekzone, someone said, "I want to get my NAS, my network attached device storage, which is a box with big hard disks that you can put in your network with all your content, whatever there, because I want to be able to access my NAS from the internet." Everyone for 2-3 pages on the discussion said, "Don't do it." You're gonna have, if you don't have the right level of security, if you don't have the right firewalls and stuff, people will use your box for
Yeah.
bad stuff.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't put your box facing the internet without any security in place.
Right.
So, regardless of the good advice, I'm pretty sure the guy did it, because when people want to do dumb stuff, they do.
They wanted to see movies everywhere.
There's the title of
Because
the
it
show.
goes back to what we said before.
Yeah.
People will fail.
Yes.
The overarching theme of the rant system.
Fail will happen.
Failure
Yes.
is bound to happen.
Dumb people will do all the dumb things.
We're born to fail.
We are.
Right.
Right.
to fail.
Let's say goodbye.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Very show
goodbye.
again.
Thank
Another
you.
month.
There's 3 saying goodbye, 3 voices, but there's a 4th person here. Would you like to say goodbye? Do you want to say anything? Do you want to hear your voice next time? No, fair enough.
Maybe
That was a silent participant here.
Yeah.
Goodbye to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you again.
#me.co.nz